WrestleMania week is finally here, and just like last year, I'm going to be doing a prediction video on who is going to win over this weekend for WrestleMania's 40 Night 1 and 2. I know last year I made a video and it was kind of long. It was kind of really long, so I'm just gonna keep my best interest to leave this one short for everybody. I have a list finally here, so I can give you that. So we're gonna be starting off with night 1 with the list that WWE finally put out. First on the list is Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. And who I think should win in this match? Well, I'm not gonna lie, I believe Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee are gonna win, because I know we already had a match between Dominic and Rey last year. But, you know, this is Dragon Lee's first ever WrestleMania, and he's a phenomenal athlete. So I think this match is actually going to be pretty good, in all things considered. It's going to be just nothing but Lucha Libre style match. And I think it's going to knock it out of the park of you know, where they at Philadelphia, right? Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee, hands down. That's how it's gonna end. Then we got Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill versus Damage Control. And obviously in this scenario, we're gonna have to go with Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill, because you know what? Let's just be honest here. They got the stardom, they got the star power. I'm sorry for Damage Control. I mean, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai are like very amazing. They're very talented. But this is going to be Jade Cargill's first ever WrestleMania, and I really believe Jade Cargill's team is going to be winning this match in this 6-woman tag team match that's going to happen. I won't give any more details. I mean, that's excuse me. That's just going to be my opinion. This is Jade Cargill's first ever WrestleMania. She debuted in the Royal Rumble, then was gone for like a whole, I don't know, 3 months. We haven't seen her. And now she's going to be performing at WrestleMania for her very first time. Not in a 1v1, but in a tag team match. So that's going to be something. Next, we got the 6-pack ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships, which this is going to be a long list of names here. But we got the Judgment Day versus the Awesome Truth versus DIY versus the New Day versus New Catch Republic versus A-Town Down Under. I did hear about this match being with a split title stipulations, that both sets of the titles will, like, the match isn't going to end until both sets of the titles are going to be taken down. So now, who I think I should win the Raw Tag Team Championships, I'm going to have to go with my boys, the DIY, with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, because, you know, I grew up watching Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa in the NXT scene. I know there's going to be fans like that have known them for way longer period of time, and that's okay. But I started loving Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa when I started watching NXT back in maybe like around 2016. I was a late bloomer. I don't know if it was 2016. I can't remember, but I was a late bloomer in the NXT days. I wasn't into it back in 2014. I was just into it like later on, because, you know, I watched the main event, main rosters, and I was like, you know what? I like the main rosters. But then I started watching NXT takeovers, and I was like, ooh, this is what I really like. So, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, I think they're going to win the Raw Tag Team Championships. But who I think should win the SmackDown Tag Team Championships? It's going to be a bold prediction here, but I'm probably going to have to go with the New Catch Republic. I mean, it's time we give NXT guys the love that they deserve, because you know what? Now that Vince is out of the picture, Vince McMahon is completely gone. Get him away. Shoo. He's out of here. He's gone. Kick him out. We gotta give the love to the NXT guys, okay? I love Pete Dunne. I love Tyler Bate. I think they're a really good fit for being the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. In all honesty, I mean that's gonna be my complete honesty right there. That's my predictions. I mean, the rest of the teams, like, that's great. I mean, but those are my predictions. So yeah, the next one on the list is brother versus brother. Twin versus twin. Uso versus Uso. It's going to be Jimmy versus Jey Uso. And who I think should win? I'm going to have to go with Jey Uso. I mean, for obvious reasons. This guy has elevated himself to be in the top contendership, to be in the main event. That's what he's called, main event Jey Uso. Yes, his win streak is, his win-loss record is a little bit on the stale, but you know, he's got that main event popularity. He's got that main event status. I mean, he went up against Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. That's something, but you know, versus Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso's got this in the bag, and I really do think Jey Uso's gonna win this, because obviously Jimmy betrayed Jey in SummerSlam in that, I'm not gonna be mean, but I am gonna be mean, in that god-awful tribal combat match in SummerSlam. I'm sorry, Jey, if you're watching this, or not, because I'm just a small YouTuber, or if any IWC is watching this, I'm sorry, but the tribal combat was kind of a little bit mid. I'm not gonna lie. Please don't come after me. I'm just a regular guy that just loves wrestling. So, yeah, but Jey Uso's got this in the bag. Next is the Intercontinental Championship, Gunther versus Sami Zayn. Now this one's a bit toughy because I love Gunther. Gunther's my one of my favorites right now. Well, he's not a favorite right now. He's been my favorite. You know, even when he was Walter, now he's Gunther. But I'm gonna have to go with Sami Zayn on this one. I think it is time for a new championship, because obviously Gunther's amazing in the ring. Gunther's talented in the ring. I do think Gunther should at least get away from the singles title now and should move on to the main event picture to get the World Heavyweight Championship. And I mean, it's bound to happen, because you know, I mean, it's Gunther, but I think we got to give love to Sami Zayn too. I mean, in all honesty, I think both of them is main event status, and it shouldn't really be for the title. I think, in all honesty, Chad Gable should have been in this match. But if I'm gonna be honest, Sami Zayn has got this. I know, I believe in Sami. Just like last year, I believed in Sami Zayn when he won the tag team champions with Kevin Owens against the Usos. That was spectacle. I remember crying on that day. Yeah, but in all seriousness, I think Sami Zayn has got this in the bag. I mean, it's WrestleMania. We got this. All right, it's Sami Zayn. All right, we got this. The Women's World Championship, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. In my honest opinion, this is going to be a great match. But in my honest opinion, I do think, and this is going to be bold, I do believe Rhea Ripley should be actually retaining the World Championship. I mean, she won last year. Believe it or not, I mean, yeah, obviously she won last year, and she's held the title for at least a numerous of times. But during that time period, I'm sorry, Rhea, she has a good title run, but I mean, it's just missing that flavor. I mean, I know during the periods of times where she couldn't defend it because, you know, she was sometimes a little bit hurt or something were to happen, you know, from time to time. But, you know, it wasn't her fault. And I do believe, like, her first year as Women's World Champion was kind of a little bit just a little bit. But I do think that if she were to beat Becky Lynch on WrestleMania this Saturday, I do believe, like, in the next coming up year, I do really think that she could just be a dominant champion. I mean, she's been dominant, yeah. I mean, she had a great match with Nia Jax at the Elimination Chamber, and she defended the hell out of that championship, which in a pretty good fashion. But I do think that she could do more. She could do a lot more, and she's done that. She's doing more. That's great. But in my honest opinion, what was I gonna say? Rhea Ripley is gonna win this one. Now, the main event for WrestleMania Night 1, The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. This is going to be a tough one because a lot of scenarios are going to be on the back of my mind. A lot of scenarios are going to happen in a lot of people's minds, you know? I'm a big fan of Cody. Let's just move everything out of the way. You know, from last year, I said I wanted Cody Rhodes to win because it was finally time for him to finish the story. Yeah, I was really devastated from that, and that kind of really That hurt. That broke my heart. I remember watching WrestleMania last year, and I saw that WrestleMania Sunday, and Cody lost, and it broke my heart. But this year, I know Cody's got this in the bag, but with The Rock returning, everything is just so confusing, because now we got The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, and I want Cody to win. I do. But here's my bold prediction. I do believe in, like, I want Cody to win, but I do believe that The Rock and Roman Reigns will win this match because of the next night that's going to happen, which is Bloodline Rules. And I have a lot more to say about the Bloodline Rules match, but in my honest, I think in this one, I do believe The Rock and Roman Reigns are going to win the tag team match, so that way it could be Bloodline Rules for the next night for Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. I do want it to be a 1v1 match, but knowing the Bloodline, knowing Roman Reigns, knowing The Rock, this is not going to be a 1v1 match, a fair fight. No, something's going to happen at the tag team match. Drew McIntyre might just show up and cost Seth Rollins, for Seth Rollins to be tagged in, and Drew McIntyre just shows up, knocks Seth Rollins down unconsciously, leaves Cody Rhodes in the dust. Rock pins Cody 1, 2, 3. That's night one. That is night one. Okay, that is just completely night one. Now we're gonna go on to night two. So for the night two, we got Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament, which is Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain. I'm not gonna lie. I love this, but like I don't like that everybody's like putting this match to sleep. I do think Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain are gonna win this one. That's my prediction. I know it's Bobby Lashley, it's Street Profits, they're dominant. They're a dominant force, but we got to have another dominant tag team, like another dominant faction in this. Besides the Bloodline, besides Judgment Day, we got to have someone else. We got to have another team, and I do really believe the Final Testament are going to win this one. Karrion Kross. This is going to be Karrion Kross's. I think this is good. This is Karrion Kross's first WrestleMania, and this is also the Authors of Pain's first WrestleMania, and they returned from being fired. I believe it was 2 years ago. I don't remember, but they returned, and this is Karrion Kross's first WrestleMania. This isn't anything new for the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. Like, they've been at WrestleMania, so it's just another walk in the... They think it's another walk in the park for them, but I do believe Karrion Kross and Authors of Pain are going to win this. And, yeah, that's what I think. LA Knight versus AJ Styles. This one is probably going to be a banger of a match, because this is probably going to be LA Knight's very important match. I don't think LA Knight has competed last... Excuse me, I have so many things in my throat. This is LA Knight's first ever WrestleMania. This isn't AJ Styles' first WrestleMania. So I do think that this match is going to be like it's a sleeper match, but I mean, to me, it's not a sleeper match because this is LA Knight, baby. This is also AJ Styles. We got the phenomenal AJ Styles versus LA Knight, who's been on a roll with everybody, really. Like, he's been on a roll with just everything. He's got the fans in the palm of his hand. He's got cool catchphrases. I do really believe LA Knight's gonna win this one. This is LA Knight's first ever WrestleMania as well. A lot of first timers in this WrestleMania. That's why it's called the biggest WrestleMania ever. It's a lot of first timers. But yeah, I do think this match is probably gonna be a banger match, because AJ Styles is gonna give LA Knight the biggest fight of his career, no doubt about it. But yeah, LA Knight, he's gonna win this one. The United States Championship triple threat: Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. I didn't really give much thought about this. I don't know. But I do actually really believe that maybe Kevin Owens could win this one. Kevin Owens could win the United States Championship. I mean, he's won the United States Championship at WrestleMania before against Chris Jericho a long time ago, back in 2017, I think. I was still in high school when I saw that match. But yeah, I do think Kevin Owens is going to win this one because this is he has unfinished business with Logan Paul. I know Randy Orton's been back. He returned for a solid 2 years. He's been absent because of his back surgery. I know maybe a lot of people will not agree with me on this. A lot of people are gonna maybe say Randy Orton should do this. Maybe Randy Orton should win this one. But for the United States Championship, I don't think so. I'm sorry. Randy's top guy material. He's not I do believe every championship should be in the top prestige prize of every entertainment. Obviously, I want the world heavyweight champ. You got the world titles, and then you got the singles titles, and but you want the singles titles to be on the same level as the world titles. So, I mean, it's been a great. Logan Paul is a part timer, just like Roman Reigns, and that's what makes the championship prestige, I guess, in a sort of way. But yeah, Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens should win this in the bag. He's got this. I do believe in Kevin Owens. We got the WWE Women's Championship, Io Sky versus Bayley. Now this is Bayley's first ever 1v1 WrestleMania match. Believe it or not, that's actually kind of crazy to think about it. This is Bayley's first ever 1v1 match at WrestleMania. And it's none other going up against Io Sky. And I'm going to go with Bayley. Bayley's won the Royal Rumble for the first time ever. And she's going to have a 1v1 match for the first time ever at WrestleMania. So this is a huge thing for Bayley. And plus, Bayley's also a babyface now, which everybody wanted. I mean, she's done a great job as a heel. I don't know. I think it was already 4 years, right? 4, 5, 6 years. 6 years she's been a heel. It's been amazing. She's done a great job. But I think from that heel, I think she can be elevated to being at the top babyface of the women's division. And that's going to be cool. And I also did hear that Paramore's actually performing at WrestleMania, which is probably cool. If Bayley could do that's actually amazing. If Bayley could actually do that for entrance, Paramore is actually going to be performing, so that would be nice. But so, my prediction, Bayley. The World Heavyweight Championship, Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. My prediction is Damian Priest. You could come back to this video and tell me everything else, but Damian Priest is going to cash in the damn Money in the Bank contract. At WrestleMania, he's going to do that against Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. I'm going to be wrong. I could be wrong. I could not be wrong. Who knows, right? This is a pretty big deal. But, I mean, you've seen all those memes of everybody just dogging on Damian Priest. And I kind of wish that Damian Priest didn't get that hate, because Damian Priest was amazing. He's an amazing athlete. He's an amazing 5-star competitor, because in NXT he was like putting up banger matches after banger matches, and I was always entertained with Damian Priest every single time. So I mean, I do think Damian Priest is going to cash in during Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre's match. I do think, now here's another prediction in this one, Drew McIntyre is going to win that World Heavyweight Championship. But it does get cut shortly due to maybe Judgment Day interfering and Judgment Day actually ganging up on Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, because if you remember, the story behind everything is that Damian Priest always wanted to cash in on Seth Rollins, but every single time he was going to cash in, Drew McIntyre would always be in the way of doing that, and he would always be in the way of just taking that opportunity away from him. So I do think Drew McIntyre will win the World Heavyweight Championship, but the celebration is going to get cut short, and that's probably going to make him go in a spiral out of control, more monster heel, I guess, and it'll probably I don't know how this is gonna go down if that were to happen. I'm not a booker. I mean, you could just clown on me saying like, well, thank God you're not a booker. I mean, yeah, I know, right? But you know, it's all about fantasy booking. But yeah, Damian Priest is gonna cash in and win the World Heavyweight Championship. The final match of WrestleMania throughout the entire weekend. Here it is. The undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns versus the underdog, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. I'm going to say this like last year. This is my bold prediction. Cody Rhodes is going to win this one. Cody Rhodes is going to win this championship and finally finish the story. Now, here's what's going to happen. Now that we're so deep into this story of The Rock, which I'm not going to lie, it's impressive that The Rock it's good. I don't think The Rock is going to betray Roman, because here's what I think is going to happen. I mean, now there's been recent news about The Rock having a match in Saudi Arabia or maybe SummerSlam. He's going to return back in August. So I do think that The Rock is not going to betray Roman Reigns. He is going to be involved in this match. And somewhere down the line, I do know that this is all about like Marvel. This is like a parallel to Marvel. Okay, we got last year was Avengers Infinity War. If you remember where we were during the Infinity War times, Thanos won. Thanos won in Infinity War, and we were devastated because all our heroes lost. Our heroes lost, and we had to wait a full year to see the conclusion. And that was Avengers Endgame. And I do believe that we are in the Avengers Endgame in WWE, because it makes sense too. They recently hired a Marvel writer in WWE. I mean, that's great. That's cool, you know. And I do like that this is like a whole Marvel Avengers Endgame type of deal where Cody Rhodes is assembling his Avengers, and we got Roman Reigns being Thanos, with like Paul Heyman being Ebony Maw, and all his lackeys are like the whole like Thanos' army. And then we got like I do think that we're getting Easter eggs about John Cena and Stone Cold Steve Austin coming back as well to help out. Maybe Jey Uso is gonna be involved in this match. I don't know. I do think that The Rock is going to be involved in this match. The Rock is going to beat Cody Rhodes so bad, maybe to the point we're going to hear a glass shatter. Stone Cold Steve Austin's going to return. And then next thing you know, we got John Cena returning to take down The Rock. And then we got all of Cody Rhodes' allies. Maybe Seth Rollins, Jey Uso. Hell, maybe Sami Zayn. I don't know. Cody Rhodes will win this, because it's about high time that Roman Reigns has been champion for over 1,310 days. He's been champion, and you know, it's a good run, but it's getting to that point where if you keep winning, it's gonna get a little bit stale. And I'm not gonna lie, no one wants to see that. Maybe Bloodline fans are gonna see and be like, yeah, we're happy. You're like, yeah, okay, cool, but like, it's just it's gonna get to the point where it's gonna become so stale. And it's just going to be really stale. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. But that's my opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. That's fine. Okay? I don't want no beef, no squash. I'm just a normal guy. You know, I'm just a lowly little YouTuber that just does video games for fun and wants to talk about wrestling or anime or whatever not. But Cody Rhodes is going to win this, because I am part of the Cody Nation, okay? You can come at me. I don't care. You can come at me all you want. I don't care. I'm sticking with my guy, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is going to finish the story this weekend at WrestleMania, all right? So we got that out of the way. So I'm not going to be like anybody else where, oh, maybe The Rock is gonna turn on Roman Reigns. I don't believe so, because we're so deep into this story where it's not going to be like The Rock is going to betray Roman Reigns, because like we're just so deeply into this story, and now The Rock is involved more into WWE. Now that he's in the board of directors. So yeah, I mean that's gonna be that's something. But you know, uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I said I was gonna keep this video short, but I had a lot to say. But yeah, that's my whole predictions for WrestleMania 40. I do believe that this is gonna be the biggest WrestleMania of all time. I do believe so. If Triple H says so, then I believe him. I believe Triple H is going to make the best WrestleMania possible. This is 40. This is number 40. Okay, we have 40 years of WrestleMania. You cannot miss this one up. You can't mess this one up. This is going to be really great. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's going to be it for my predictions. Those are my predictions, my rants, maybe my thoughts. But yeah, I love you guys. And if anybody's new here, please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification. It would really help out a lot for this channel to grow. I really love to do these type of videos more. We talk about wrestling as well. I play with my friends a lot. Play horror games by myself, playing story games. But I also want to do like wrestling talks with like you and me. Like I just want to do that. Okay, but. Yeah, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you stuck around this long, yeah.